Hey guys, how's it going? It's Baggins here. Since the nerfing of stamina and of the double bow damage, it has made way for some new builds to actually come into the game now. And I was going to do a video on what builds I think are good in this patch, but I'm still not entirely done with the science. I think there's maybe some things I'm still missing out, and I would love to hear from you guys in the comments like what builds you think are good, because maybe there's something I missed out on that you guys have spotted. I'll very quickly go over what I think is good just for those of you who want that little advice. But one of the main reasons why we're not going to do that video today is because I want to talk about the big update coming at the end of July. But before we get into that, let me show you what I've been using. So Dig Deep, Basher, Load Dropper, and with the airdrop, mid-random tier 3 bludgeon. I think this is pretty excellent. Probably one of the best builds I've come across so far. Some other stuff that I was trying out was replacing Basher with Brutus. That's the one that does extra damage to the back. And then you can either run that with a katana, or you can go with the airdrop that is the mid-random tier 3 blade. That can give you a Bowie knife or a tactical machete. The Bowie knife, quite a bit better than the tactical machete, has the same bleed as a katana, has a little bit less damage, but as I've said in the past, it's always the bleed that is the important thing you're looking for when it comes to the knife damage. You don't really care too much about that max damage number, it's all about that bleed. So yeah, Brutus with tier 3 blade, pretty excellent. Basher with tier 3 bludgeon seems to be doing a bit better for me though, because tier 3 Brutus can be hard countered with another perk called Immunity, I believe. Let me take a look. Let's take a quick look at it. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. You get immune to bonus damage from backstab, so that just straight up counters it. Not many people run it, but when they do, you kind of just have a useless perk. Whereas Basher, always good all of the time. And sometimes it's hard to get that backstab, isn't it? Sometimes it's hard to get that backstab in, but that full charge swing with a baseball bat, with a sledgehammer, with whatever bludgeon weapon you have, generally pretty solid. In the mid tier 3 bludgeon, it is worth saying that if you get the pipe wrench, sometimes you feel a bit sad. I prefer to have the baseball bat. I think it's a more powerful weapon. Other than that, we won't go into it too much detail. Like I say, I want to do it at a later video, but I think Speedy Spear with a mid tier 3 spear is pretty good. I've been trying traps a little bit. It was okay. It wasn't great. The Trapper perk, and then like just running just a pretty solid airdrop like a katana. And I was also trying Golden Arm as well. It seems like it has a lot of promise, but you need to be really good at throwing those spears or just weapons in general, which I'm pretty terrible at on the Xbox. But anyway, that's the perks in a nutshell that I think are good. So Brutus, Basher, Golden Arm, Trapper, stuff like that. Of course, you always want to be running that Dig Deep. Dig Deep, just still the best perk in the game. I know some people tried to say, like, well, you know, Cannibal, because sometimes the Dig Deep doesn't go off. But sometimes it does go off, and it saves your life. And, you know, you can, if you guys want a 1v1, you have Cannibal, I have Dig Deep. I can tell you who's got the more impactful perk there. But anyway, I didn't want to make this video about perks because I think some stuff might change at the end of the month because of the big update. And I wanted to hear what you guys have to say about perks after the bow nerf as well. What are you guys finding are working well? Please let me know in the comments down below. If any of you guys suggest some great builds and I try them and they turn out to be great, I will feature you guys on the video. So anyway though, before this queue pops, I am doing this gameplay live. I'm going to be talking about it as I'm playing the game, so I might get interrupted by, you know, rude players stabbing me in the back and stuff. But we're going to do our best. So this update is going to come, they've said, before the end of July, that is this month. It's probably the second biggest update they've ever dropped. The first biggest being the Big House when they released the prison map and stuff. That was a pretty big update, obviously. I wasn't around at that time. I quit from the game for a bit and I came back and the prison map was a new thing. But this update's certainly looking pretty big. What are they going to change? Well, some of the biggest things to note is they're bringing in those leaderboards. If you don't know what leaderboards are, there's a link to a video down below called Ranked. That's essentially it. It's like ranked gameplay. Kills and placement in matches earn you season points, and then that's how high you place on the leaderboard. So it's like a ranked system effectively. There's going to be some new summer cosmetics, which are very exciting. I'll show a few of those on the screen for you now. We got 2 new match events. One's called the Blood Moon, which will reveal, so maybe like mid-game, you know when Shake and Bake would happen? Instead, you could get the Blood Moon, and all players will glow red on the map. So, you know, when you're playing team mode and you see your teammate on the distance, they have a blue aura around them, you can see them through the walls. It'll be like that, but everybody's going to be red. So you can see where everybody is on the map. It's good if you're in a good place at that point in the game, because obviously man tracker not that great right now with the arrow not pointing to where they are. So Blood Moon is going to enable you to find those weaker players and hunt them down while the Blood Moon is active. So pretty exciting event. Not too OP, not too annoying like Shake and Bake. So I'm excited for that one. They haven't told us what the other match event is going to be yet, so we can only speculate, but if it's anything like that, then it's probably going to be pretty exciting. They've also said that they're trying to get Xbox Live voice support coming into the game, so you know, when you play in a game, the only way to talk to your teammate right now is to form a party with them. If you have a random teammate that, you know, maybe a little bit awkward or whatever. So just like enabling like voice chat by default in the game, so you can just talk to your partner. They haven't said whether they can 100% get it in, but that's pretty cool. Again, that's only for Xbox. And the patch will be coming to PC first before Xbox, because that's just the way it goes. So that one doesn't really affect the PC player base too much, but I think it's a step in the right direction for sure. A lot of people have been asking for voice support. They've also got some changes to stamina coming in as well. Right now, I'm sure many of you are aware, we've got pretty much what is infinite stamina. Alright, I gotta decide what I want to do here. Let's do this. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Take this and the caltrops, and we'll just go hunting. So yeah, stamina, probably like, if you remember what it was like before they changed it, so it wasn't infinite, you actually ran out of stamina pretty fast. And now it's like, lasts forever pretty much. Somewhere like halfway in between they've said it's gonna go. Is this guy opening a green? Yeah, he is. What did he get? A bow. Alright. Well, we'll take that off him. We'll have to go back and get that. Alright, you gonna block? No, no block. He is crippled, so I can catch him up pretty easily. No, my explosive runs did wear out. Block. There we go. So yeah, this chase hopefully won't last as long. Certainly when the new patch comes in, it won't be lasting as long. Okay. So just before the stun gun goes off, you do have a chance to interrupt them, and they will drop it on the ground. Which is a pretty good move to counter the stun gun. We're going to sell both these items now and go get that recurve bow. Yeah, but I did actually, surprisingly, before we even started this match, we have pretty much covered everything that is in those patch notes. I will put a link to them down below so you can take a look at what's going to be coming in this this summer-themed event, I guess, update. I'm excited for the new cosmetics. The thing I'm most excited for is the leaderboards. Of course, we've already made a video on that, so it's hard to go into too much detail on it without just repeating myself. But I think it's a good step. It's a good step for the game for sure. This game has always been super competitive to me. Well, not super competitive, but it's a pretty competitive game to me. So it's gonna be nice to show off my shiny rank. We'll maybe do like a Road to Diamond series, whatever the top level ends up being. Hopefully we can get there. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to show you guys the ranked gameplay. There won't actually be a ranked game mode, I don't believe. It's just gonna go off of your quick play matches. But it'll take your best quick play matches from each season, and those will go towards your ranked placement. So, but yeah, like I say, definitely excited for that one. All right, let's sell up and let's head over to that grab my package. I do need to make body armor and let's make caltrops as well. Caltrops always good to have. I say this in pretty much every video now, but it's so true. Somebody just died. All right, is this guy got body armor? I think I see it just has a crafted spear, so we may have the gear advantage still on him. Let's make a few more arrows just in case. I think it's down in this dip here. Let's pop this to catch up with him. Don't want him getting there before us and getting a nice tier 3 weapon. Where'd he go? There he is. Okay. Alright, we can caltrop him, it's okay. Oh man, those are some pretty bad shots. God. Okay. Right. I'm seeing a pattern, he just swings and then he like blocks, so. Man, we're getting pretty rolled by this guy though. Does have a javelin as well. Kind of a mistake to not use that straight from the start. We'll be doing more damage then. Alright, I imagine he's gonna block now. There we go, we got him. God. That was like pretty annoying. I don't feel like I was outplayed though. I just feel like, you know, it's like the janky controls, so. Alright. Like, none of my hits are connecting, really. We got that bleed on him now, so we're gonna switch weapon. Caltrap's down. That's okay, though. Don't need to worry about those.
A player just entered the afterlife. The killer used a spear.
I don't want to step on his Caltraps, because that's going to be pretty bad for me.
The legend tells us when the golden crowbar is retrieved from the center arena, the chosen one
Swing at me.
will be revealed.
Okay.
The legendary golden container may then be opened with 3 strikes from the golden crowbar. Upon opening the container, the chosen one shall fill
This is, like, pretty annoying.
I think that sums it up. Gold Rush.
There we go. Holy fuck. This guy had another medkit, right? I can just use the second medkit now? Yeah, why not? I feel like in a nutshell, that's what a lot of the fights come down to me for. It's not lack of skill, it's just the controller, like, not fucking working with me at all. And you guys can call me, like, bad at the Xbox, and that's sure, like, I am. I'm bad with the controller. I 100% admit it. If I am gonna get outplayed, I don't think it's for lack of, like, knowing what's gonna happen in a fight. I just think it's for lack of being good with this controller. I mean, I don't know, like, how many... We've done a few videos now. I've played, like, easily over 100 hours in this game. Of course, we step on the Caltraps. Okay, let's take it back. I'm just bad, guys. I'm really fucking bad. Bowie knife there, though. Pretty solid weapon. Doesn't go with that Basher, but, until we get our airdrop down, I'm pretty happy to be using the Bowie knife. Right, let's just, let's make room for some stuff here. I want to make 1 bandage, and I want to make, some arrows. Yeah. Like, I was aware that both players were just blocking heavily there. So shoving at the right time would have just absolutely, you know, won me the fight. And I could see the right windows of opportunity to go for the shove, but I don't know, because of my inability to use the controller or because of the clunky controls, one of the two, I couldn't actually get a good time shoving at any point there. It always just wouldn't connect with them, so... Anyway, let's get our, hopefully, baseball bat here. If we don't get a baseball bat, I might just keep the Bowie knife. Because, the Basher, don't get me wrong, it's a great perk, mainly because it's always useful all of the time. Like I say, the problem with the backstabs is that sometimes you're not in a position to backstab them, and sometimes they have immunity. Of course, Basher always goes off, because as long as you have a bludgeon weapon, it's effective. However, 15% reduction on that charge time isn't like the greatest stat ever. You know, it's like saves you 0.2 of a second or something, which doesn't really always come into play. I think what we're gonna do here is we're actually gonna sell it. So of course this might be a time where Brutus was better, but even then, we'll have to see how many backstabs we actually get, and then we can make a decision about whether we actually would be better off with Brutus or not. But yeah, I'm interested to hear what perks you guys are running this patch. I know a few other streamers and like popular players, you know, more veteran players are running Basher as well. Some people like King Slug still favoring to go for Brutus. All right, we have got a guy with 5 kills in this game. Is he gonna destroy us? It's hard to say. I'll go and find him and see what he can do. Expecting him to be pretty well geared. We'll make a crafted explosive. Always good to even out the odds. Let's put this right on the bomb so we can just quickly switch between the knife and it. Alright. Let's focus up. I think we're gonna go... actually no, let's check the middle. Have they come in yet? It's not 11 minutes. No, they won't have come in yet. Alright, let's try and get a nice tier 4 weapon. Maybe body armor. A sledgehammer would be pretty great to go with our Brutus, but I wouldn't be upset at a katana either. SMG. Not really very happy about that. I just don't like the SMG. It seems so hard to like make good use of it because it's only effective at close quarters, and that's close quarters is where you get disarmed. So, all right, is this the 5 kills guy? I'm gonna assume it is. Oh, we nearly got a backstab in there. All right. This is a pretty fucking awkward fight. Is he gonna run? Okay, that's fine. If he closes this door, I'm pretty screwed, but... No, I didn't close it, but I still fucked it up. Alright. What's he going for in here? Just some healing or something? Stab me. No, he shoved me. Okay. Okay, we're getting kind of wrecked here. Alright, we got him. We got him. Ooh. Close. Why was he not opening with the Fireman's Axe? I guess he wanted to get rid of my body armor, but still, the Fireman's Axe. Fuck, that's a lot of damage to give up on to use the Yari for the body armor. Alright, I think that was the 5 kills guy, but I mean, it's hard to say. We're gonna quickly try and heal up before we fight the next person either way. Letting him get away there was a pretty big mistake. And then letting him get that bandage off, also a pretty big mistake. We made a lot of mistakes in that fight. We certainly could have got punished pretty hard. I think, I don't know, some days I feel like I'm getting worse at this game. But then I gotta remind myself that, you know, as time goes by, other players will catch up in skill level. I think there is a skill ceiling to this game. There's like a certain point where you keep playing and you're not really gonna get that much better. And then people can catch you up in skill. So I do have to give myself a break sometimes and say, okay, I'm not getting worse, it's just the other players are getting quite a lot better, which is nice because it's good to have competition. You know, closer fights where you think like, oh shit, I'm gonna die, I need to start panicking and stuff, as opposed to like, yeah, just gonna face roll everyone. Let's just go full sweaty try hard on this one. Like I always do, am I right? That was the 5 kill guy, okay. Now we just gotta wait for the last guy. Oh, he's over here. We got him. Let's try and make these crafted explosives quickly. I don't think we need them, but just so we get a nice easy win. Alright. How's it going, man? Did you go into the building or not? He did. He did go into the building. Putting down traps or something? We'll just wait until he comes out. The gas will flush them out. And then we can have a pretty easy fight in the middle. Don't have to worry about his traps. So, how you guys doing? Having a good day? You just choking in the gas? You want your traps to go off that badly? Alright, well. Oh my god. Okay, well, sure. See you later, man. That's what I mean. Like, the fight against that other guy was a lot more fun. There's a lot more adrenaline involved with that one. If every opponent was like that, then these games probably wouldn't be as exciting to watch or to record, so. Anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Like I say, I would like to see some builds from you guys in the comments. I'm thinking Basher, Dig Deep, and Low Dropper, probably one of the best builds right now with a mid tier 3 bludgeon. People ask me, well, why not just run long ball so you get that guaranteed baseball bat? But the problem is you have to wait until the late game for that to come in. And you get a crafted explosive, body armor, and caltrops. But generally by that point in the game, I have those 3 things anyway. So I'm just like paying extra to wait for the baseball bat, which is kind of worth it. But at the same time, 50% of the time you get it from that airdrop in the mid tier 3 bludgeon. 50% of the time you get a pipe wrench, and you're kind of sad, but at the same time, pipe wrench still pretty decent. I did choose to keep the Bowie knife there because it's a better weapon. But yeah, I will be putting links to the patch notes down below in the description, guys. Excited for the Blood Moon event, excited for the leaderboards, certainly. I'm excited for stamina to actually be relevant again. Let me know what you guys think. Is there anything particular you're excited for, or anything you feel like they missed out on? One thing that I would like to see added pretty soon is custom games for Xbox. I'd love to do some like tournaments and some custom games with you guys from Twitch and YouTube. It'd be great to get a full 16-player lobby of just subscribers, viewers, you know, and have some good games that way. But maybe that can be in the near future. If you're hearing this, Savient, please give us custom games on Xbox. We would love that. As always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you go ahead and click that like button. If you want to see more of my culling content, make sure you go ahead and click subscribe, and I'll see all you guys in the next video.